Okay, we're back with some more short film filmmakers here. Can you just introduce yourselves, the name of your film, and just a quick, debrief of which one it was out of those ones we saw?
Sure, so my name is Stephen Lancefield. I'm the writer-director of Mr. Average, and it was the one about the date from hell, the internet date from hell.
Hello, I'm Marcello Mantero, director of Marions Lillies, and it's the noirish type of movie you saw, I think, at the beginning.
My name is Slater, and I was the cinematographer on Marions Lillies.
And I'm Richard Anthony Dunford. I was the writer-director of Voodoo Pie, which is about a group of friends who have a voodoo pie.
Yeah, it all escalates very quickly, as we said. So to the writers first, we want to start this end. How did the idea come about?
Sure, so I've been on quite a few dates, and not all of them have been good, if I'm being honest. So essentially the idea was, if you've been on a date and you're kind of thinking something's a bit familiar about that date, have I been here before, have I dated that person before? It's that kind of element really to it too. So obviously the twist in the film is really that he's everyone that she's ever dated. So that's kind of my dating history was the terrible crux of it really.
My guy.
For me, it was kind of like it was a mix between, picturing what would be possible, what could possibly be like a very bad thing that could happen to myself, and how I would react and could react to it, and a blend of also just being a big fan of gialli, Italian giallo, and sort of blending the two things together. If that makes sense, yes.
So with Voodoo Party, I'd always kind of liked the idea of doing something like voodoo related, but when it was kind of like, someone being cursed to a doll unknowingly, it wasn't quite clicking. So then I thought, what if you actually volunteered to be cursed to a voodoo doll? Which, in real life, was a stupid idea. But for a film, I thought that'd be quite fun.
Yeah, so. It is fun. It is fun. Let's talk about the shoot then. How long did it take? Stephen, do you want to start again?
So for Mr. Average, it was just one day. So the actors were kind of really on it as well. They were everyone knew their lines. We just kind of got on there. Did it really quite fast. We overran though, which was a little bit of a problem with all the kind of dead guys came in was we're still shooting. So it was relatively chaotic, but it was one day.
I think Dorian, the producer over there, might know better. Man, was it 6 or 6 days? 6 days. 6 days around the city of London and back alleys, and very hectic, of course, because we had almost a non-existing budget. But a super great and fun experience for sure. Obviously no permits, but so yeah, 6 days.
That was definitely the fun part, running around London. We were shooting in Soho, some places. There's a shot that's in the thinnest alleyway in London, which was very difficult to get down to shoot, but it was a lot of nights too, because obviously a lot of the script, especially exteriors, taking place in the dark. So it was
with -5 degrees.
Yeah, I've never been so cold in my life in the UK. It was crazy, and this gentleman lay down on the floor for maybe an hour to get some of the shots because we lost one of the actors. So it was a very busy.
But not that phenomenal actor over there.
This
Neil
was a trooper through all of it. I must say, there was never any hissy fits. That's for sure. Even when I was like, "Can we do one more shot? Can we do one more shot?" So, yeah, it was a great fun shoot.
With Voodoo Party, so it was 2 days. The first day was a lot of sort of like the dialogue stuff, and then the second day when it sort of all kicked off, and the second day was the dog day.
What was the greatest challenge that you faced on your film that you overcame and you're really proud about? Maybe you want to start that end for a change?
Yeah, probably the biggest challenge. I don't know if other filmmakers have experienced this, but it came to when we did the bit outside on the road. Like, this was like, it's not even like a proper road. I hadn't seen a car all day, but as soon as we started filming, it was suddenly like the busiest road in South of England. So I think that happens to everyone, I don't know. But it's just like...
I'll let you lead, because I'll follow off.
Okay. No, as I said before, I think, money, time, the cliches, I guess, the permits more than anything, because, there were moments where really, we're wondering if we were shooting with 15 crew members in places where you definitely would need a permit, and I was like praying the gods that no police car would sort of appear. But yeah, I think that in the climate was really tough, really tough. But yeah, I mean, we pushed through. It was great. It was really great. Doran is laughing right now. No, it wasn't great.
And off the back of that, I think the biggest challenge I face is lighting night exteriors when you don't have permits. So it's like, okay, what lighting package can I use and what camera can I use to try and give myself the best chance of getting an image that's going to come out great. So we ended up using, quite specific kits where we ran all lights off electric generators, off Instagrids and things, just so we could we were putting lights up on the pavement with and just going for it for like an hour and then turning it off between takes. It was quite adventurous actually. All safe, I must add, no permits, but we it was 2 a.m. in London on Tuesday night, so no one was about. But yeah, that was a serious challenge, trying to light everything and keep a high end look to it.
So for Mr. Average, I think it was probably the fact that we just didn't have too much time, as always, as well. So time is money. But we've got the guy that did the lighting, Daniel Fox, who's here as well. But the lighting blew, unfortunately, in the pub on the first scene. And from then on, it was just a bit of a nightmare. So from then on, it was just really really being against the time as well, trying to get all the shots in. We had all these kind of dead men being made up with kind of all the makeup and stuff in the kitchen. No makeup artist. So I guess it's time and budget. You can do what you do with it. But yeah, we ran out of time essentially. But we were shooting at the house of a lead actress, Sarah, and had taken over the whole house. So we had to be kind of, they wanted dinner essentially by certain times. So we couldn't do it all that night. So yeah.
What's the best piece of advice as an indie filmmaker you've either received or that you would give another filmmaker? Does anyone? Do you want to start, Steve?
Yeah, sure. So I would say always get feedback. If I've made a film, I always kind of test it out with people. My mum is a very harsh critic, and she'll just tell me if something doesn't work. She says that shot's rubbish, get rid of it. She's Norwegian, so she says that how it is, really. So I'd say, yeah, just workshop it, get feedback, and just don't bristle at it. Just try and take it on board in the spirit it's meant.
I think. I mean, it's. I think just do it. Just go out there and shoot a movie. Just try it and see what happens. I guess
I would agree off the back of that. More from a cinematographer's perspective, it's just a matter of shooting. Shoot, light. And the more you do it, eventually, things start to click and your tastes and sensibilities start to fall into place. And then before you know it, you start to feel like, hey, maybe I actually know what's going on here. And then from there, you can just keep developing. And meet directors, producers, and just surround yourself with creative people and be in those rooms, because that's where you're going to get the opportunities to hopefully make something great.
I think however long you think something's going to take to do, it's going to take longer.
Amen.
So if you think a setup's going to take 10 minutes, it's probably going to take 30 minutes. So just allow enough.
Yeah, I always lie to my AD, so if they don't like me after, I'm like, yeah, it'll be 10 minutes.
I'll just add also, don't underestimate post-production big time.
Yes.
Do not underestimate that, yeah.
In how long it takes and how expensive it can be too. Often a lot of the shots I've done in my time, a lot of the budget has obviously gone into principal photography, and then you turn around and it's like, oh, now, we've got to get more money or figure out how we can actually finish it. So it's a big part.
Has anyone got a question in the audience at the minute? Pop your hand up. Yep. Yep.
For Lillies, it's an interesting length, given it's not quite a feature length, not quite a short length. Was there ever a short version, or was there ever a longer version, or why did you pick it to be that?
Honestly, we are quite aware that it was never meant to be festival friendly. Now we actually got selected in other festivals and we did quite well, but definitely not. It was never meant to be super festival friendly. It was more almost like a personal challenge to to achieve something with very pretty much non-existing budget and keep it longer, make it longer in preparation for a feature film. That was, let's say, the key for ourselves more than anything. Like getting a bit more confident with that length and with more actors and with more locations, and just kind of test the water, you could say. Yeah.
And it was actually, I think it was 6 or 7, or however many days of shooting, you start to get into a flow. With a lot of short films, you're like in and out within a day or 2 days. But to have a team and like you start to sort of, there's a momentum that builds, which was really exciting, which leading into shooting feature is the same thing. It's like you have this family and you all just keep figuring out.
Yeah, if I just can add to that, like if we did double that, I think we would have had, probably an hour and a half long film. If we doubled, if we did like 2 weeks, we easily would have had, like an hour and a half, more or less.
We were shooting quite a lot. Like, I think we had there was quite a few bits that didn't make it in because we felt like maybe it didn't work or didn't get as lucky with the way the location turned out. But so it was just a great fun challenge. So.
I was going to ask a similar question, and maybe we can ask Stephen and first. How do you know, short films can be all sorts of different types of length, but how do you know when it's finished? You get a feeling?
I guess I tend to write them relatively short-ish. So do you mean for the writing side of it, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it sounds awful, but I guess the shorter is easier to make because then you can get people in for one day, and it's just kind of zip, and then you kind of do it that way. I think some stories lend themselves to be longer, and some just naturally have a length of about 10 minutes. So I tend to kind of stick to 10 minutes, partly because I haven't got enough money to make anything much longer.
I think when you need to deliver a final cut when your producer Dorian tells me to lock in, and it's about time to get going. For us, it took, I don't know, it was around 5 months of post. It was very long. We got also delayed. Also, I mean, there was a lack of money at some point, so like we had to take a little step back and then come back. But I think you feel it. At some point, you feel it. At some point, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you feel it, and I think it's great to also put deadlines. Yeah, by having like a deadline is like that helps.
100%. And once we shoot, I take a step back from production until like the colour grade. But in more general terms, I think it's something I battle with massively. But I think like getting it done sometimes is better than chasing this perfection, because like you could forever constantly keep adjusting and keep changing, but at a certain point it will probably end up being of detriment to the film. So take a step back, take a break. If you take a few days, don't watch it for a couple of days, and come out with fresh eyes, you can see from a different perspective, and that usually allows you to actually know.
Yeah, big shout out to Saj, the editor, who is here with us today, who made the trip. So thank you, Saj, for coming as well. And it's been a real pleasure working with him, and he was absolutely on it and super, super hard working. If you ever need an editor, Saj is your man. Just saying, free publicity, man.
Richard, yeah?
Yeah, for me, just what the other guys have said, really. I think I always try and keep it sort of under 10 minutes, because I think that gives you a decent chance of getting in to the festival. But sometimes if it feels like it needs to be longer, then just make it longer.
Was there still a question at the back there?
It's the same one about where the locations.
Oh, the locations. Oh, with the lead actress's house, right? In yours?
Yeah, that was in Ringmer in Lewis, and the snowy bits were actually my garden because it started to snow right before the shoot, so I thought, right, it's snowing, I'll just get those in. So I kind of, 2 locations.
Well, no, we had a few. So the actual house of the protagonist that was shot at my place. Well, my brother and my place back then. And we had a bunch of exterior locations, and it was between Paddington, Soho, Notting Hill, and all these different back alleys. We went to Ealing, we went to the Ealing Cemetery, and then I don't know if I'm missing something. Am I missing something? I think no.
We shot down in Clapham.
Yes, right. Yes.
The nice house
yes,
at the beginning,
yes,
the sort of the wake.
Yeah.
Our location was in Pulborough, It was actually an Airbnb, but I did ask permission first before booking it. So sometimes they don't want to do it, but this one was nice enough to let us use it.
Okay. Random fun question. You're on a desert island. You can take one horror film with you. Which one are you taking?
Ooh, I'm going to go for a recent one. I'm going to go for The Bone Temple, the 28 years later. I thought that was really clever filmmaking. I don't know if it's done massively well at the box office, which is a real shame because I thought it was really imaginative and really good.
I think Profondo Rosso da Argento.
Okay.
I'm going to be really honest. I'm not very familiar with many horror films. It's actually been super interesting to come and watch this today.
Come on, man.
No, I couldn't name my favourite horror film. I would be making something.
You can have another genre.
Yeah, well, there's plenty. Another genre. I love action films growing up. I think Heat is one of the greatest films ever made of all time.
My favourite horror is probably Dog Soldiers. So I guess I take that.
Nice.
Last question then. What are we all working on next? What's in the production stage? Do you want to start?
Sure, yep. So I made a film called Home Help, and it's now on YouTube. Hopefully playing at Romford next year. That'd be amazing. Let's hope. It's all about a home carer who goes to stay with who goes to look after a man, an elderly man who claims to be the devil himself. So yeah, it's on my YouTube channel, Home Help. Do watch it.
Thank you.
Well, we have. I don't want to jinx anything, right? But hopefully we'll get to shoot either later this year or next year, beginning our debut feature film, and it would be once again something, serial killer oriented, but with a nice twist. And I believe I'm very superstitious, so I won't say anything about it. But we are looking for crew members and maybe a production coordinator. So if you need anyone, if you know anyone, comment us up.
I would obviously love to be involved and shoot this film going forward, so that would be a big thing. And then I work in commercials and music videos and all of the fun doc stuff as a DP too. So just a few things coming up. Nothing crazy exciting to discuss yet.
So I'd like to do a feature version with the same concept. So I'm hoping if I can put the mind together to do that sort of later this year.
Congratulations all of you on your films. Thank you for sitting here and talking to us about them. Can we have a round of applause, please, Raphael?